Alright, welcome to the LEGO Ideas Maze. I can't believe, honestly, in this day and age, it's really surprising that they can just call it Maze. Not even the Maze, just LEGO Maze. I mean, it is a maze, but it's also a ball maze, and I don't know the official name of these things, but I don't think it's just maze. So anyway, with that, I am really excited to rebuild this. This is actually going to be the second time redoing this because I lost the footage from the first time I did it, and frankly, I'm not really happy with how I did it the first time anyway. I want to give you the full experience. I want to make every different variation that they recommend for this little platform thing and try to beat it, and also just give you my overall thoughts of this whole thing while doing that. So, but with that, let's get to disassembly with a snap and a quick build, and then my thoughts. Here we go. So, this is all the pieces laid out, and I just wanted to quickly point out one of the brown pieces, unfortunately, as maybe expected, broke. So, F in the chat for that. Anyway, let's get to the speed build and then my thoughts. Here we go. Alright, the first chunk is done, and of course we gotta put it in the actual thing. And let's see, the proper way, I think this way. Yeah, no wait. So first, just genuine problem getting the tile in there. And it might be, yeah, okay. It is easy to take out, but you really gotta make sure it's good and in there. Alright, so I am going to attempt to actually, beat this level before going on and transitioning to the next, but I do want to give my just initial thoughts first, just on this, or at least a couple of thoughts, and then maybe some more as I'm defeating the levels and getting used to the set. But already, I think this is pretty smooth. I genuinely, I forgot how much I liked this set, and I think I still really like this set. And I think the one thing I remember having trouble with was just getting the balls over the little crevices. So with that, let me fast forward trying to actually beat this level, and then give you some more thoughts, and then get to the next level. Here we go. Okay, quick pause on me trying to finish this, and I will attempt to actually solve every single one, but I just want to point out what is going against, well, anybody trying to do this, and it's more than you would normally have on a puzzle thing like this. On a maze like this in real life, without being made out of Lego, there would be no bumps in between the little things here. And then also on top of that, you have the little tiny hole on the ball, and then also the other side just having that slight indent. Those constantly stop the ball or make the ball roll you know, in a direction you don't want it to. I don't know that I'm gonna be able to do this without getting rid of one of the two obstacles, and I definitely can't make this any smoother. So I think the ball is the only thing that I could possibly change, but I will do my best, and I will continue to try a little bit more with the regular ball before I go get the metal ball. But if you see a metal ball appear all of a sudden, I gave up. So yeah, with that, let's get back to the time lapse of me trying to actually finish this level and then get to the next one. Here we go. So close, come on, man. Finally, I did it! Oh my gosh. I cannot tell you how frustrating that was to finish. And I did do it with the regular ball. I pushed through and I finally did it. But oh my gosh, those two things just, there's so many points. So let me just show you maybe an example of something that can happen that is relatively common. And it just kind of stops on the little crevice there. And you can see I can move this quite a bit and the ball doesn't go anywhere. And that's one of the biggest problems, because then, yeah, you end up shaking it a little bit to get the ball to just kind of jiggle out of that, and then it goes in a hole. And it's so frustrating. You just want it to roll the way you want it to roll. With that, let's get to the other two things that they show. And I'm just gonna create the one that is at the very end of the instructions, and it's basically just walls first, and then I will create the sort of main one, the main designed course for this set. So yeah, let's get to that. Here we go. Okay, that one is done. Let me get the pieces to the side and let's speed through getting this one solved. I think this one's gonna be just a little bit easier because there's no holes. There's no way to not win this one. All right, and now on to the third layout. Okay, here is course number 3, and I really want to start it from the red, but I feel like I have to try starting it from the green just once, because, I mean, that's the actual challenge. So here we go. Alright, this is just another one of those that's going to take up an insane amount of footage if I try to do it the other way, but just let me show you how easy it is this way. You really don't have to put any effort in. And the other way, again, with the limitations of this set, I don't think that this kind of course is fun. So I'm actually not going to finish this one, and we're going to move on to the next. Here we go. this one is done. So, yeah, here we go. Another attempt of doing this the correct way, but probably not being able to do it. I do like that this one at least has options. You could probably go around and hit these little bumpers and maybe bop up there, but I don't think that's the intended way. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to just kind of, you know, go that path. So here we go. Attempt, or course number 4 of 5. This should be good. Let's go. Okay, that one actually wasn't that bad, and I think that one was a little more actually fun for what Lego can provide, and I think that you could make these much more three-dimensional, and it would be a lot more fun for something like this. But with that, let's get on to the main course and the main attraction and the last of the builds for this, and then my actual final thoughts on how I feel about this entirety. Alright, now we are on to the final course, and the one that I'm probably just going to leave in this set. And once I finish this, I will give my final thoughts on this. But let's see how easy this one is in comparison to the others to actually beat. Yeah, here we go. Alright, and that is the completed course. So, what do I actually think of this set? I think if this was built today, it could have so much more potential. I think, one, there could be more three-dimensionality to it, so you could have more of these slope things that you actually have to go over with the ball. That would be really cool. And more modularity to it. That would be really cool. Just like maybe 4 sections of this that you can take out and rotate and just kind of design little chunks of those and rotate them to just make quick new courses. That would be really cool. But overall, I think this is a really solid idea of a set, and it has a lot of potential. And unfortunately, that is the end of it. It has potential, and unfortunately, the actual set as it is doesn't really do it for me. I think it needs more. It needs to have those things I just mentioned. And while it does work good, yeah, like I said before, the things going against you, just having these little notches on the ball and then having the little bumps you have to go over, and just those things combined are just always going against you when it comes to a thing like this. So if you really want something like this, I recommend actually getting a real one, because they're actually challenging and they are pretty fun. And I think Lego could have made this a more fun thing than it is, because as is, it is more frustrating than fun. I will say the main course, the main maze, is actually somewhat fun because it doesn't have as many holes that you can fall into as the first one. And then also on top of that, you have all of these extra pieces you just have to do something with. And I had to go back and find all these pieces. I didn't have them in here because I had this course in here originally when I had lost the footage. So yeah, the problems are substantial, and I think they add up to a not so great set, unfortunately. And let's see if I can put this little thing back in here. That goes there. And this goes here. I do like that you can do this. This is nice to be able to kind of store this. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so with that, thank you all for watching. I am sure you know how the buttons work down there by now. Mr. HiYodaPanda saying goodbye.